I was rank 3 on Nordic East, like 1100 LP, and at the same time I was Diamond 2 on Europe West, and I couldn't for the life of me get out of Diamond 2 ELO on Europe West. So that should give you like some. Obviously, maybe if I could have pushed to Master Tier if I was playing consistently, but that's the skill discrepancy that you have.
Yeah, of course.
And then season 8, I started kind of thinking about ways to improve, and the first thing, I watched some LS coaching and stuff like this, and then they always say F keys, use F keys so you can look around the map, and then I just thought like F keys are in a really effed up position on your keyboard. Like, I just made that up on the fly.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, but you have to move your main 3 or 4 fingers, depending on if you play with pinky on Q. You have to move those fingers away from your like whole ability set to be able to look at the camera. And when I tried that, then I realized, okay, I'm pressing F4 with my index finger. How am I supposed to press ultimate now? I can't press ultimate, because that's a problem that comes up naturally as Shen. If you move your camera to somewhere, you also want to ultimate there. But then you see the situation, but you can't press ultimate because your index finger is being used. So there had to be a better solution, and I just figured like, okay, well, I use Y to unlock my camera. I don't use spacebar to center it like some people do. I just play like locked camera, and then when I need to, I press Y, and I do this very often. Like I keep pressing Y with my index
You know
finger.
what's gonna happen now that you said all this is because I've been hounding people about lock camera for a while.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you're over here like, yeah, I made Challenger. and I play on lock camera. Now everybody's gonna use the bullshit.
I made Challenger playing the most map awareness requiring champion with locked camera. So when you think about it, no, but it doesn't matter like you play locked or unlocked. What matters is if you can move your camera in situations where you need to. Because that is the only thing that matters. Like if I need to see the lane state, obviously, like you see it right now in the video, I moved my camera so that I can see the tower. But when I'm fighting normally, like in 1v1s, then I will keep my camera locked. It's just like this.
That's one of those things where it's like, yeah, people are gonna try to use you as a fucking guide, and I'm gonna be like, you're not him though.
I'm not the guy who would play only like locked camera. I remember it was even worse. Like I actually played locked camera when I started, and then like season 3, I was playing bot lane or something, like just in normal games, and you can't see shit from one side if you played like normal locked camera, because it just like locks you out completely. So I don't care about like what you guys use as camera control. You just have to have a setup that is comfortable and you can maneuver it around. Like even my little brother, who was like Diamond ELO, he used arrow keys to move his camera. And like, if that works, that's fine.
I don't even know how you would even do that shit.
No. Like you take your mouse, you move it just a bit closer, then you can reach with your right like thumb to your arrow keys, and you can move the camera.
No, this is awful. This is the worst.
Now someone's writing down. Yeah, arrow keys, camera, got it.
Yeah,
okay.
I could imagine just sliding your hand over and fucking. Oh my god, that is the worst.
Okay, well, let's get back to F keys. So, idea. Okay, I have some fingers available. I have my thumb available. I'm not using it for anything. So I'm gonna just use these buttons that are close to my thumb. So we will put space bar for most important, which is jungle for me. I feel like knowing what jungle is. Then like because I have kind of locked camera when I want it to be locked, so I can just press space bar. I will look at my jungle and then like stop holding the space bar, and then I will immediately jump like back to my character. So this way I can look at anyone on the map for a split second just by using my thumb. And I feel like it's so good actually. Like people don't understand how valuable this is. Like I don't even use it to the like not even close to the maximum potential, because when I was really grinding, I did do this like rhythm that I would just use my thumb to go through every teammate like every 5 seconds, but that doesn't make for good YouTube videos, because people already complain about my tab habits. Like I keep pressing tab, and that's just muscle memory, and it's not like bad for playing, but maybe for viewers they're like concerned about it or something, they don't like it. But when you do like this every 5 seconds your like window is passing all over the screen.
Yeah, that's the faker cam, right? Like the whole people are like, oh my god, faker's so good, and then they go to watch. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this shit. I'm gonna go watch fucking Nightblood. Get the fuck out of here. Go, I'm gonna find Tyler 1 right quick. I can't look at this.
That guy plays locked camera Draven. I don't. no, but like I got a little bit lazy with it. I still use them like actively, but not as actively as I should. And I feel like this is the case. I was watching LS review a coaching performance by Shen coaching. This was a 1 hour video or something.
When was
Nemesis
this?
This was a week ago or something.
It's a review of a review?
Yeah, review of a review, and I thought it was you should go watch it. I think you would enjoy it. It was like it took half an hour for the laning phase to reach level 2. Because they were talking about so many little things like oh this movement you have to go into this pocket and then deny the Vel'Koz Orianna matchup. Yeah, you can cheat there here in like 4 hours when we get to the part. But
oh my God.
They were talking about how professional players are not good with camera control and like mouse movement. Like obviously they're good, but they're not like at the perfect level. So there's like improvement available for anyone or everyone.
So, Shen, I think, well, actually, what's your, first off, at the beginning of this video that I have running in the background, I didn't even talk about this, but you have this ridiculous Prowler's Claw thing. Is that something you're doing now?
No. Okay, so I do like, I've built every mythic item on Shen. I think I've tried almost every item that makes in like slightest amount of sense. I've tried it. So Prowler's Claw was something fun, and you saw the clip. There was a clip sent to me by another Shen main where he one-shot the Vladimir, and I was like, it was in the like first minute or something.
Yeah.
Just a bit forward there. Yeah, this guy. If you just...
yeah. Hold on, let me back up a little bit.
He said this to me on Discord, and I was like, oh, I have to try this shit. Like, this looks fun. So it's in no way like actually optimal or even good, but it's fun to play. But there was just something like with Prowler's Claw and how the cast animation works, and when you can cast your Q and how to guarantee getting a powered Q there. And I just thought like I'm really interested in all of this like very small like micro aspects of mechanical like tricks that you can do. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk about this for a little bit.
No, that's cool. You're what are you thinking about Shen in terms of just
look at this clip, by the way. What's going on here?
It's a struggle, dude.
Yeah, anyways,
these guys are struggling.
Ask the question again.
So what do you think about Shen in the this season, like this meta right now? How do you feel about him?
He's good. Like he's strong. I kind of like I feel like he's on the barrier where I would actually like for him to be nerfed, but that was my position on his balance state last season as well, because Riot just, as they do, randomly gave him 2 buffs in a row when he didn't need it, and like as a one-trick pony. Okay. You're showing some statistics here, but 50% win rate for this kind of champ.
No. I wasn't hating on what you were saying. I was just browsing. Yeah. I was just seeing. I think it's interesting, and that was what I was gonna segue that talk into. I think it's interesting that you feel that way.
But like when you're a one-trick pony, you get biased, and people would say like, okay, actually, if you look on Twitter and then you look at these. What's his name? The guy who always posts like Mark Jetter. Yeah, he posts those patch previews. And then there are OTPs always asking like buff Silas, buff Veigar, guys, buff Veigar. I mean Veigar. But I feel like it should be the opposite way around. Like if you main a character, your genuine concern should be. I hope he doesn't get buffed.
Dude, if Mark Yetter, like, hold on a second. If Mark Yetter is going to have to go to a funeral one day for a family member, and as the person's being laid to rest, there's going to be a guy in the background somewhere going, Buff Wukong! Buff Wukong. You already know.
Okay, let's get back to my point. So my point is like, if you're playing a champion all the time, and then he gets buffed, and suddenly he's popular, and now you're in the situation where, okay, my OTP is getting banned and picked almost every game. That's really shitty position for you, and then like, okay, I don't really care about what people view me as a player. And actually today I was playing solo queue, and there was this guy. He was like Nunu player, grandmaster. He linked his stream after. I was just chilling, playing some Urgot, learning for Twitch rivals. And then I opened up his stream just out of curiosity, and he was trash talking me like, okay, yeah, he's Shen one trick pony. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's really bad. And I was like, okay, I really don't care. You're Nudu player, like 300 LP peak, so I don't care about your opinion. But this has a point, this segue. Anyways, the thing is that people saw Shen as a like very off meta pick in start of season 10 because he was not popular, and that was like the position that I wanted him to be in, because I knew that Shen has like potential to be a really good top laner. And because no one plays him, that's a better position for me, because they don't know how to play against him either, because they're not used to it. So then when he randomly got buffed like 2 or 3 times in a row, he became overpowered, obviously, because he was balanced before that, and Riot somehow just wanted to put him in the meta. And at that point, people kind of never forgot about him, I guess, since his rise to popularity. And then people started realizing, okay, Shen is actually really good. And he's good for solo queue, because like chaotic games and Shen Ultimate. And I feel like his position right now is that he is a good pick, and I don't think he will get nerfed, honestly. He's in a balanced state, but I feel like in lower elos, people don't respect Shen's early game enough. So if you're really like actually proficient at Shen, you should have like no problem climbing. He's really good for climbing in solo queue.
Yeah, one thing that we've always went back to with the different one trick pony players, it's pretty much a trend that every single one of them is like, please don't buff my champion. Please, 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 please. I want to be able to play him. Please. Like, don't touch the champion, because you already know. Lothar said the same thing. He's like, man, I really like playing Bard, but I like can't play him a lot. He's banned like half the time. Yeah. So he's stuck playing like Maokai.
Yeah, it must be really annoying for Laterus as well, because like he's been playing Bard, and I've been playing Shen ever since they were like introduced to the game, and I mean by when Shen was reworked. But then some people just label us as like abusers. They're abusing broken champion, when in fact we just like the champions, and we've been playing this for many years now. So then when it's suddenly popular, it's kind of a shitty situation.
Yeah, I'm of the belief that, I mean, what I wind up telling people with Shen, and you can tell me if you think my guidance is completely ridiculous or not, but generally what I wind up telling them with Shen, actually before I even talk about that, the build, someone built, someone said that you were rushing Titanic. Is that the standard right now for you?
For me, yeah, and the reason is because I like versatility, and going Sunfire or a Bami's Cinder mythic item always limits you, because you're going that first item for wave clear, then you cannot build any other mythic items, obviously. But basically Shen needs wave clear on his first item. That is a strict constraint that you have when playing him. You cannot build any other any other item than wave clear item, first item, because you won't have enough lane priority to get off ultimates otherwise. So that means you're limited to 4 first items. So 3 Bami's Cinder items or Titanic Hydra. And going Titanic Hydra first allows you to choose your mythic as second item based on the situation of the game. You can still go for those tank mythic items, and I go like Frostfire Gauntlet in a lot of my games as second item. But then you have the option of going for Riftmaker or Divine Sunderer, and I genuinely think Riftmaker is very underlooked on, I don't know, a lot of champions, I guess, but on Shen especially. Like this item it is very good. Like I would say it's better than the tank mythics for low elo and even for high elo.
That's cool. No, because that is similar to where I'm at with the coachings on Shen. Is I get a lot of Shen clients because he is kind of, like I said, he's a bit of a binary champion, at least initially, right? There's a lot of things to him, but on the surface, it's like we taunt into him, we throw a Q, like it's probably going to go our way, right? And that's the start point. That's the start point. But like,
I got slightly triggered when you said Shen is binary, but it's okay.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's how most people view him, obviously. But there's so much depth to his Q and his W.
Of course. I'm saying though that for somebody who's in fucking silver or gold, because don't get me wrong, if you're playing,
they ask for what is Shen combo, and I say, well, there are no such thing as combos on this champion. Like, and most champions, I would say, even I feel like in League in general, it is wrong to think about champions requiring combos or something like this. Like, you always use EQW, always.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, because like maybe on champions like Kiana or Riven, you have like certain combos that you want to use in certain situations, but that's only a method of simplifying how to objectively use your abilities.
But you have to remember, you and I are high elo players. Yeah. The vast majority of players, they need simplification. At least in terms of like getting their feet wet, so to speak, and then understanding. Because I do wind up telling them eventually, like, hey, dude, nothing's black and white in this fucking game. Like, if you wanna play fucking tic-tac-toe or Connect 4 or whatever the hell, like, we can do that. But for the purposes of League of Legends, like, this isn't gonna go down like that. Like, you're not gonna be able to, because some people are like, well, you told me to do this, and it's like every time, like every scenario. No, I did not tell you to do that. Not every single time. I would never say that. Yeah.
When there's a simpler way of doing something that reaches almost the same thing as this much more complex way that reaches like 1% better, then it's easier to do like the numeric approximation or the combo that you have learned.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's one of the things about that is like my logic up until this point was by the sound of it, is I was teaching it wrong. I had the right idea with Shen, but I wasn't up to date. So like one of the things here is you're talking about Riftmaker or even just rushing out, I assume, a Tiamat in some cases, right?
No. Actually, Tiamat it's really bad. Like the item is not cost effective, and like it doesn't give you enough wave clear to make it worth. In the early game, I would say you don't gain enough out of the wave clear boost there, because when you look at the stats on the item, it is like ridiculously bad, and the build path is so bad. You have to go pickaxe, and as Shen, you don't really care about flat AD. So like getting flat AD in the early game for a pickaxe and then Tiamat, that's just like suboptimal, and that's why you always build like ruby crystals and a giant's belt first.
Got it. So let's say you're ahead. Let's do like a situation here. So let's say you're smurfing in low elo. Yeah. All right, and you get like a double kill top, which happens a lot, right? When you're like smurfing. What is your build path looking like? Because my whole thing is I always tell people like, look, what you need to be doing on Shen and low elo for now, you shoved a tower, you go to the brush and you look around. Has been you know what I mean? Has this been the general, like, let's get you used to prio, let's get you used to like using your camera like you're talking about, and let's get you used to that flow. So what would you be building, like the order?
Well, say you got double kill. In low elo, I would actually probably just go for like a Bummy Cinder first or something. Now,
That's what I've been telling them.
Yeah. This sounds like contradictory to what I said before, but the reason why we would go Bummy Cinder is because it is kind of like easier to not make a mistake with these builds. Like if you're far ahead, you can afford to go Sunfire Cape first item, because in low elo, like people are not gonna abuse the fact that you don't have good wave clear with Titanic Hydra. So you can go Sunfire Cape, and like Sunfire Cape in general, it is not bad to go first item. Like
Okay.
even challenger players do it, like pro players, Licorice and stuff. They can go just like Sunfire into Thornmail, and that's their build. And this is very like tank heavy Shen. But I just like Titanic Hydra because it offers more damage and it offers more like playmaking. But in low elo, I would say it is much safer to go for something like Sunfire Aegis first item, because it makes you tanky but also gives you damage. It's just like good. And then anyways, like Sunfire Aegis, the fact that the damage boost is kind of like linked to how long your fights last, and in low elo fights last longer than in high elo. And this is simply because people miss abilities. They haven't gotten like as much gold as
The fights definitely drag a lot more because of that.
Yeah, so in those situations, having Sunfire Aegis is very good for you, and then you also have less room to like make mistakes yourself.
So I'm not totally in.
No. It's okay to say like go Sunfire Aegis. It's fine.
Yeah, because one of the things is like I don't really, I have my opinions on each play style, and I've always kind of viewed Shen as just when you're trying to get people into the game and get them feeling good about the champion. It's like, all right, you got to learn what it's like to win a lane and then just shove somebody under tower all day.
Yeah.
Like,
but then you actually realize that, okay, maybe that's not the best way of playing this lane. Maybe I can take Ignite. Maybe I can actually abuse the very strong early game that Shen has, and maybe I can actually freeze. Maybe I can choose to not use my ultimate to bot lane when it would cost me my lane state.
Yeah, there was actually a clip back here somewhere where it was you ulted to bot, I think, to say you like saved a Tristana, and I instantly thought to myself, I'm never ulting there.
yeah.
I was like, I'd never do it.
It's very, very kind of hard to know the consequences of that ultimate, because you have to take into account human factors. Like if you think that the teammate has the capability to realize that you have your ultimate, and he realizes that you're actively not ulting him, or like you're actively making the decision to not ult the ADC, and he dies because of that, maybe he will get tilted. But maybe I can also like hypothesize that, okay, my ADC doesn't care if I don't ult them. Like maybe he realizes that this is the correct play. But that's why it's so complex. Like you don't know what is the what play will lead to the best outcome. And sometimes like even making a mistake will lead you to gaining more. And that's just like doesn't make sense, but that's how it is in League, because maybe your opponent will get overconfident. So it's very hard to say sometimes like whether ulting here is good or not.
It's funny because let's take Garen for example, right? Because I don't want to offend you. You get very touchy if I say Shen is
No, I don't get touchy. I'm gonna state my opinion, you know.
I was like, I talk about Garen, right? And Garen is, I would say, is a pretty straightforward champion, right?
Yes, that I can agree with.
Oh, okay, of course. So
no, somewhere like, what? Garen simple? No.
I tell people to play Garen, and you think to yourself, oh, it's so easy to play Garen. You know, they just got, all they have to do, as for us, for League players, we're like, well, it's so easy. All we've got to do is just hit the silence, and then you spin on them, and then you ignite them, and then you press R at the end. It's like, it's not that hard. Right? Until you get a guy who's in like silver or gold, it's his first season, and then he gets to that team fight phase, and then he runs straight at the Morgana and just like tanks a bind. Like, he just doesn't understand yet that like they're not gonna just let you do that, you know? And so that's why we keep him on Garen, because you'll get these guys who's like, I want to play Fiora. It's like, dude, you couldn't even combo on Garen yet. So like, why do you, you know, like, why do you want to do this to yourself?
I so agree with this. Wait. Oh, actually, I don't kill the Kassadin here. I'm watching my own gameplay.
No, it's good gameplay.
About this Garen thing, one of my favorite League YouTubers and then League videos, which I will mention here, but GB99, long-time viewer of his, he has interesting content, and he always puts out like fantastic video of I played Garen only for 2 days, and this is what I learned. And that video, he talks about how playing Garen kind of like exposes your basic understanding of laning phase and basic understanding of trading and wave management, because there is no kind of mechanical thing for you to screw up on Garen. So the only thing that you're thinking about is, how do I manage this wave state to get it winning for me? How do I take the trade at the right time? How do I watch my opponent's cooldowns? So when you don't have to think about the micro aspects of your champion, you can actually think about the game. So if you're playing Riven, like no hate to people who start playing Riven early, but then you're always focused on, oh, wait, how did my combo go here? And then you didn't realize that, oh, actually enemy traded on me already and I lost my window of opportunity, because you can't mechanically like perform on the champion. That's why one-trick ponying is so effective. Or like maining one or two champions, because you don't have to think about the micro aspects of your champion when you're comfortable with it, and you can actually start to play the game itself. So I just assume that everybody knows this stuff. But then when I realized that, okay, maybe actually like some of my viewers have played this game for 3 months. So at that point, they're just like babies. They don't know every champion, every ability, every cooldown, every item by heart. No way. They don't have this.
But we kind of do, and it's like, yeah.
Like it's so obvious, like Orianna Vel'Koz matchup, that you can't push level 1 because Vel'Koz can get 2 stacks on W and just clear the wave. This is referring to the LS example earlier, but like no, that's not obvious to the player who's played like 50 games in his career, or even 50, may say 1,000 games. You haven't like gotten. You've only seen the tip of the iceberg at that point. Like there's so much to this game, and I would say League of Legends is a game about game knowledge. Like obviously you have to have good reaction times, you have to like have some kind of strategic sense, but mostly it's just about knowing the game. Like it's just about knowing, okay, this champion can kill me at this stage in the game. That's what matters truly. So
yeah, it's I talked to a guy a while back about this. He always talked about it. He said like invisible windows of death. It's like you're playing the game, and let's say you're facing a Kassadin and you're low, and you know he has Rift Walk, but you're out of Rift Walk range, but you don't realize that he can Rift Walk and buffer flash and kill you. It's like you die if you stand in a spot. Now you are dead. You're dead for standing there. It's the you can't be there moment, right? And it's like there's no way to know until you feed.
Yeah, okay. There's actually a very good example of this. When I was first like getting into high elo, I played a lot versus Darius players, and I always lost versus Darius. Like I couldn't figure it out. I was like, wait, but I used my abilities correctly here. I blocked some of his stuff. Why am I losing this stage? Then I realized you just can't win a melee 1v1 versus Darius. It's like the champion. That's the champion. It just auto wins every melee 1v1. Like, and then I start realizing, okay, when I'm low under tower and he uses his Q, he can use flash, and he will do this. So then I start learning, okay, I'm low under tower, he has Q, he uses Q, I'm gonna flash away. Then he flashes as well. He looks like an idiot because I predicted his flash. But that's only because I've played the matchup 200 times at this point, so I know it.
Yeah, that's that invisible death window is something that you can only learn by. It's kind of funny that he actually did that play just now.
I was just gonna say that's gonna be a
that's so wild. He did the exact move that I was talking about, where he buffers the flash right there. Yeah. You flash and then R.
But at this point, because I've played 500 games versus Kassadin, I know that they always do this. So
yeah, that's wild. And
now I have been using locked camera for about like 2 minutes straight probably. But then viewers sees this, they think, okay, he's doing the same thing as me. He has locked camera and he's just using that. But when in reality, like for this whole 2 minutes, my eyes have been only on the minimap, like nowhere else. I'm just using my peripheral vision to like last hit. I'm not looking at my champion model. I'm not looking at minions. I'm just looking at the map. That's all I'm doing, because I'm looking for my ultimate opportunity. Clown.
Yeah, imagine you're a clown and we're having a clown off, okay? And we've got to figure out who's the best clown in the clown fucking community, right? So we all start juggling shit, right? I juggle a couple tomatoes and like an orange, and then you're like, well, I juggle tomatoes and orange and a chainsaw, right? And then we get somebody else in here and Faker's like, well, I juggle some oranges, tomato, a chainsaw, a bra, and like a step stool or whatever. And it's like, whoever in League is the best clown, is the best juggler, normally wins. But you can't see in League, you can't see what people are juggling. You have no idea. That's one of the hardest things to understand. And that's why I thought this eye tracker thing was so fascinating.
Okay, I have great metaphor. Actually, not metaphor here, but segue for that sentence that you just said. You don't know what people are juggling. Now apply that to life. How crazy is that when you think about it?
That's deep.
That's deep, actually. When you meet this person, you think that they have the same privileges as you, but maybe they're juggling something else in their life. Maybe they have troubled past, or maybe their family situation is bad. Maybe they're taking care of a loved one. You don't know what people are juggling with. Okay, anyways, continue.
Yeah, I would say that maybe, you know, they're trying to juggle in real life. Maybe they're actually playing League and juggling. There's like that one guy that played League with it was like bananas attached to his shit. I don't know if you saw that. It was like he attached bananas or something, or it was like potatoes, or I don't fucking know what he was doing. But he was like,
there's a German YouTuber who's done ridiculous stuff like that. I think, I don't know if that's the same guy.
Yeah,
but...
probably.
Yeah.
That would be one of those things where the more that you play the game, the more that you forget that these are concepts that people don't even realize. Like right now, if we had like an eye tracker on you, your eyes would be going like, it's like a coaching of a video. It's like your eyes would be going like this. And like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It would do this like really fast. And this is what you would be doing the whole time.
No, I really need to try this eye tracker thing. I think it would make great content also. I think the human brain cannot ignore text. Like for example, if someone writes right now in the in-game chat, my eyes will look at that. So that's why I play on like chat disabled, because number one, it is always taking some. You would say no, but there's always that guy who says no, but Petu, I don't get tilted by chat.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
But yeah. Okay, first of all, you will get tilted. It will affect you. And the second thing is, I don't care if you don't get tilted, but you will use a certain part of your mental capacity at that point that you should be focusing on something else into completely like irrelevant chat message.
Yeah, one of the things that I have people doing is I have them playing, playing with Pinglish. I call it Pinglish. I made like a whole section. And it's the idea.
That's great.
Yeah, it's the idea that it's like, you know, think about it. I don't know how many like low elo people you've watched play, but they never, well, you play with them, so you know sometimes. It's like they don't ping enough.
I would say I rarely play on Smurfs these days. Like it's
yeah,
been
but you have, and you know they never ping.
I know. Yeah.
They like never do it. And it's like when I coach people, I'm like trying to explain to them, it's like everything that you want to say to your teammate, you could communicate it with a ping. You just have to be creative.
Exactly. Yeah, actually here, people don't realize, but in Challenger, some players, they will even use like alt-click on the recall button to say that we back off. So they will alt-click on the recall button on the HUD and then spam ping it just to communicate, because it will say like Shen recall. And then you can use that to say that we need to back off.
Hold on a second here.
I'm serious. You can do that.
I'm gonna look it right now. Hold on.
Yeah. And it's actually very good. Say you're playing like bot lane and you didn't have chat on. You can communicate to your bot laner that you want to recall at that moment.
Well, I would have to have like a bot, wouldn't I, to do this? It would have to be, let's see, if I just do like this. And then like this. Wait, if I leave, do I get trapped in here? I hope not.
I don't think so if you're the only human player.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna try that in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. It's like the creative usage of pings. Like I made a whole section on it to try to get people to understand. Like if you need to type something to your teammate, you need to come up with a way to do it with a fucking ping.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you should like don't say shit. There's nothing you could say. And plus, people are just weird and spiteful if you say anything to them. Okay, how do I do it?
Okay, so look above your gold. you have the B recall button. Like
above my gold.
Gold.
Oh,
gold
got it.
Alt
Okay.
click, alt click. Like how crazy good is that? Then you will ping your gold. You say you have reached power spike. Say you need 1,300 to get Noon Quiver in bot lane. So you'll ping your gold and then you will ping a recall button.
Yeah, that one I never use actually. I see that one you just taught me one because I didn't know this one. I never use this one.
Yeah, but that's
I use like every
good.
other one. I use like the board. I use this. I use every fucking thing.
In Challenger, when someone pings this, it is like unambiguous. You know what that means. No one's gonna just randomly ping recall. You know what it means. You can figure it out if you're at that level.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things I always like try to tell people is like, if a wave's pushing in or whatever, and you want to communicate that you want to dive, and there's like somebody under tower, it's like you would do one of these like. And like try to communicate it like that you're going under tower, right?
Yeah, it's actually very interesting. You'd probably like even study this topic further, but like just the manner of communication in this. For example, like when I would signal a dive, I would probably do like 2 on my ways, then maybe assist ping, and then target on the enemy champion, something like that.
Yeah.
So like 4 pings, which 3 are different, and then
to try to like
Yeah, and then maybe even like go tab and ping my like jungler's name, so it says like Shen Master Yi or whatever. So just to like signal, okay, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, that is exactly what I do, and I think it reminds me is like we always say things like cavemen, apes together strong, ooga booga, all that shit. That's literally how I feel when I'm communicating with pings. It's like I feel
me 1,000 gold. Recall. Leona, back off.
Assist me. Me go. You come. Yes.
Smite 14 seconds. Back off.
It's like, but the thing is, it's so much more effective than actually trying to type to people, because if you say something like, hey Shen, you should have ulted there, right? And the guy's just like, what the fuck did you say to me, you little shit? And then they just go into a full on like, I quit FF, and then they just like start running it down, and you're like, dude, if I just went full ooga booga, this would have been fine. Like all I had to do was just communicate with pings.
As a Shen player, pings, like what I ping the most is my ultimate cooldown. And like when people don't respect it, the worst thing is when you keep like spamming your ultimate cooldown, it's like Shen R 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Then your ADC goes in, dies, and then I ping ultimate 1 second. And then the ADC spam pings Shen ultimate ready. And at that point, I'm like, yo, okay, no.
Yeah, this is trash. Yeah. Dude, that's so funny, man. Jesus.
This happens so often. I'm just emulating a melee champion right now.
Oh, God, no.
No!
Okay, you're fine. Okay, you're fine. Just bad RNG. You're good. He's not going down like this, guys.
I think it's still winnable.
He's not going down like this. He's not. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, let's play it until the end. We don't surrender.
Okay. Let's say... My chat says this is harder than Challenger.
Nah, for real, man. I've been laughing with Shen queues for the past 3 years, man. Okay, well, now I know what I gotta practice for next week's Twitch rivals.
Yeah. You know, I have the Thorus on here.
We did it.
Yeah, it's fine. I have the Thorus.
15 CS. Oh wait, my cursor doesn't show. I was blocking the 0 here with my cursor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't cheat. It'd be I say Lotharis, when he was here, he got it on the 3rd try, or he barely got it on the 3rd try, and he's like, look, if I would have failed, I would have kept trying forever until
I'm uploading 10-hour video tomorrow where I try this challenge.
Yeah. I do the Soraka drill for 10 hours. Everybody's flaming. Dude, you cannot flame him in chat. You guys are all garbage. Bad newbies. You guys couldn't get 15 CS with fucking 5,000 gold on a damn Tryndamere.
Okay, I have a challenge for the viewers who say I'm bad. Okay, first of all, yeah, you're correct. But second of all, try getting 100 CS at 10 minutes in Shen versus GP matchup. Then come talk to me. Then come talk to me. Yeah.
Dealing with all those queues and all those stupid fucking barrels that are that are parked on the wave every time you go to farm.
I'm done here.
Yeah, this is great. No, I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for doing this today. Don't worry, I'll put this on YouTube. I'll make sure that everybody knows to go to your channel. I'll make sure my editor takes care of it. We'll talk more offline about some other shit. It was really nice meeting you, and I've always been a fan of your gameplay. So it was a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day, man.
Yeah, you too.
Peace.